One of the greatest beauties of arts is that we are naturally inclined to step beyond the boundaries.
This was the situation we were all in, like it or not. Everything collapsed altogether. You lived and you worked in the same space.
Besides the pandemic, they probably had so many issues going on in their lives, and then they had this pandemic thrown on top of them. So many families got coronavirus, people died, people were in the hospital.
A lot of people are isolated, and they were isolated, and they felt isolated.
I also understood and had that experience myself after a while with your hair and your image. Seeing students physically look different because they gain weight. You want to present yourself to the world when you walk outside the way you want to. And when you take all of those factors out, you're left with this lack of control.
What happens with all these additional pressures of trying to keep that up while facing loss, sickness, the tension of the racial issues in our country, the political situations? Is this really important? This pushing for what? For an A when there's so much going on in the world.
As a teacher, when everything about your bones, everything inside you says that we need to be together, you just feel like you're a failure because you can't do it, because you don't know how to do it.
This should not be a time where you stop and go, I can't do anything. You should be going, all right, how do I come out of this better than when I went in?
There's no magic elixir. You just gotta plod through it. You work it out day by day. Because the arts are what teach you how to be human. The arts are what teaches you how to be connected with another person, how to solve a problem before you even know what the problem is. Just take nothing and create everything.
But how can I create now?
We know we can do it because it's been done, and it's where our art form comes from. I can hear you. Your voice is a frequency, just as if you're on a stage and you have an audience. We can connect. Listen to a sound in your environment and mimic that with your mouth. What's a low vibration emotion right now that you feel and you don't want to feel? Technology glitches. Do you hear a potential beat in that? Can you mimic that rhythm pattern through beatboxing? Play with the obstacles so that we're not stopped and shut down in our artistic expression and our opportunity.
We went over things like in the house. Cardboard box is awesome. You could just cut it open, you could paint on that, you could draw on that, a paper bag, whatever you have. You move forward into this alternate reality that you're creating for yourself. It's like this little spark or like ember, and it resonates and starts growing and growing. Like dancing when you're moving your body and you're just getting lost in everything. Like your true self coming out.
What happened during this pandemic is that when people were shut up into spaces, there was a drive for wanting to create. If we're not producing something, there's something inside of us that's going, then what am I here for? Why do I exist?
Don't you forget, the only thing that matters is our heartbeats going strong.
What the pandemic taught the students more than anything is that they are the driving force. They're the medium, they are everything. Because it's really about the blossoming, isn't it? Isn't it, when you're working with students and working with people, isn't it about the blossoming of their growth, not just of the art, but of what they're doing and who they are? When they own it, it's valuable. When they create it, it's valuable. It doesn't have to be the best they've ever done, it just has to be honest. That's when we get to that point where we're like, ah, there's that rose. There's that rose in the weeds.
We always have a choice of how we respond to the crisis. That's what arts does. It gives them the voice.